Do you see this? This abomination I've created. What's up, YouTube, and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Labrynth deck profile. So first elephant in the room is that there's surprisingly a lack of purple in a Labrynth deck, and that's because I wanted to focus more on the graveyard effects that this deck enables. So Labrynth have a lot of graveyard effects, and with stuff like Chandragleer and Torby, we're actually able to send cards from our hand pretty freely. So that enables stuff like Farfa, like Fiendish Rhino Warrior, like Backjack, and even the Ishizu fairies to become hand traps for our deck. And then that also brings me to my second point, is that there is a lack of traditional hand traps. Like, you probably noticed there is no Maxi in this deck profile. And although Maxi is good, I think I am more likely to mill it than to add it, than to have it like in my hand for when my opponent starts popping off. In which case, why would I want to dilute my mills when I have like powerful stuff like the Ishizu cards and Telements? So with that, let's just go to the card by card. I have two Absolute King Backjack. This card is really good, as it basically just becomes a Foolish Burial, a weaker Foolish Burial during our opponent's turn. So even if we don't hit a normal trap, we can still potentially send stuff like Farfa, like even in a Telement, to basically help facilitate our plays. And then I have 3 Divine to Hell to help us send the Ishizu fairies to our graveyard. I have 2 Stovey and 2 Chandragleer, basically just to help us send cards from my hand to the graveyard, as well as to give us some consistency. I have 1 Bersago the Destroyer. This is a level 3 Fiend, and that works really well with Fiendish Rhino Warrior and Skarm. So we basically have the ability to search on material for Grapha. Next I have Archfiend Eris. If we send this to the graveyard by a card effect, not cost, remember that, we could basically search a normal trap Archfiend Ghastly Glitch, which basically also enables a lot of our graveyard. Next I have 1 Skarm. Skarm allows us to search through our Dark Fiends, including Chandragleer, in the end phase. I have 1 Graph, 1 Seer, Alec, Calcab, and Farfa. These are basically the cards you'll be sending with Fiendish Rhino Warrior if you need to use Rhino Warrior like a hand trap. Speaking of which, 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior gives us a lot of flexibility and consistency in our deck. I have 2 Chandragleer, 2 Havness. Havness also acts as a hand trap in this deck, because if you played against Telements before, you kind of know how fast they can snowball when they start milling the Ishizu fairies. Then I have 2 Ariana, only 2 because I'd rather normal summon Diviner than Ariana, but Ariana is still really good. I have 2 Sheeran to help us mill more of our cards, as well as send cards from our hand to the graveyard. 1 Keldo, 1 Medora, 2 Kelbeck, 1 Agito, 1 Lovely, and 1 Lady Labrynth. A Labrynth, and then 1 Exchange of the Spirit. Now, I think you can actually play, like, not play this, but it's so fun just to, if you end up milling this, and then all of a sudden I can just set cards from your graveyard because you activated Kelbeck, or even just milling more cards because you activated Gito, and just snowballing from there. Then I have 3 Infinite Impermanents, 1 Welcome Labrynth, only 1 because it locks us in the Fiends, but it also just recurs itself back from the graveyard. I have 2 Archfiend Ghastly Glitch, just search targets for Archfiend Eris, 3 Big Welcome Labyrinth, do not play less than 3, and 1 Gravekeeper's Trap. And for the extra deck, I have Mud Dragon of Swamp, Garura, 1 Predaplant Dragostopelia, 1 Grapha Dragon Overlord of Dark World, 1 Dante, 1 Super Quantal Mech Beast Grand Pulse, 1 Baguska, 1 Time Thief Redoer, 1 Beatrice, 1 Divine Arsenal Zeus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Dark, 1 Muckracker, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Access Code Talker. So I kept the deck like this because this is the deck that you will see in the replays. But if I had to change anything, I would say I would probably take out Garura and even Beatrice. Now you can actually make Beatrice without the Burning Abyss in this deck, but you have to mill very specific things in order to do it. So the combo is potentially you normal summon Diviner, send a Ishizu Fairy, usually a Yugioh, because you're more likely to mill a second Kelbeck than you are, or mill the Kelbeck than you are the Yugioh, and still get benefit off of it. So that becomes level 6, and then you would need to mill 2 Telements to make a Gura, and that's 2 level 6s to make Beatrice. But it comes up so rarely, I might end up just taking out the Gura, maybe putting in like an Underworld Goddess. But yeah, this is my Ishizu Labrynth deck profile. I have some replays coming up, and I hope you enjoy.